What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Auto Auction Rebuilds. Today, we're going to do something very short, sweet, and to the point. We're going to get the mufflers changed out on the 2016 Chevy Camaro SS. Now, I went with a company called MBRP, I believe that's the name. If not, I'll put it up on the screen and correct it. But I believe that's the name of it. It was like $450 for the set, and I'm hoping, I've read lots of great reviews about it, and I'm really hoping that this is going to make the car liven up and sound a whole lot meaner. I got this on a website called Phastek, and I'll put a link to that as well. Not sponsored, of course. I paid for all this with all my own money. But before we get started, let's jump in and do a quick sound clip before, and then we'll come back and do one after. Ladies and gentlemen, my favorite place in the world for exhaust work, my buddy Tim over here at A&A Muffler. It looks like he's got nobody in the bay right now. Uh-oh. Time to get these mufflers put on that beautiful SS out there. Let's do it. So before we get this installed, hey, you want to be on camera?
I don't care.
You don't care? Well, then I want to introduce...
Let me get my good side.
I want to introduce this guy. This is Tim from A&A Muffler. I brag about him all the time because he's like the best exhaust guy I've ever met. And he's a good person too. He's good to know. He's going to figure out how to piece all this crap together. I don't want to call it crap. It's not crap, but that's some kind of a resonator or something to drown out some of the bad noises you don't want to hear.
That noise. There's the
I like that tip. That tip looks nice.
Good look at tip. Give it a nice, good, deep, throaty sound. Give it a little better performance. Comes with all the hardware and clamps and stuff running.
Oh, the good clamps, not the really crappy ones that I've gotten in the past.
Right. Comes with the instruction manual.
Yeah, I saw the instructions. That's nice. Yeah, they even gave us a sticker for it, which
nice little box.
I may or may not put on the car, but there's a sticker right there. I don't know. I'm going to leave it here, and I'm going to let him do what he does. And
give me an hour or so.
Yeah, we'll come back. Thank you, Tim. I appreciate you, man.
Thanks a lot.
All right. All right, we got the exhaust installed, and I must say it looks phenomenal. Tim over there at A&A Muffler did a great job. I love these tips. As you can see, I've been running them, well, a while. This video is about a month overdue. You can see it's got a lot of carbon on it. I have a lot of fun with this car. This is a spot that, well, it's known for certain things. People come out here and do stuff. Not to worry, it's a old abandoned road. Nobody uses it anymore. And I'm going to give you guys a quick startup, rev, and then we'll take it on a drive so you can hear what it sounds like when we're in the cabin. Let's put this bad boy in performance mode here. StabiliTrak competitive mode. We're in sport mode. I'm going to give you guys an idea of what it sounds like from inside the cabin of the car. And give it just a little bit of gas and... Not bad, right? It's not too crazy on the inside, but I'm telling you, on the outside, the car is insane. So now I want to give you an idea of what it sounds like in the cabin of the car. It's really, this is the perfect exhaust system for me. Now, some people want their exhaust to be just loud and obnoxious 24/7, right? That's not me. I like it to be pretty mellow most of the time. Like I'll get onto it here in just a second. In fact, I'll get onto it right now. We'll get on the interstate here so you can really hear when I open it up how loud it is in the car. And I've got my air conditioner on. The only thing I don't have on is my radio. See? You can still have a conversation, but I'm telling you, on the outside of the car, boys and girls, oh, that was a big bug. Holy crap. Wow. See what I mean? it doesn't sound that loud on the inside, and that's not so much the exhaust as it is the sound deadening material that they have installed on this vehicle from the factory. It's actually very refined inside the cabin. It's fairly quiet. You can have a conversation even with this exhaust. And the exhaust on the outside is super, super loud. I mean, it's obnoxious, especially when I first start the car in the morning. So, do I recommend this exhaust? Oh yeah, all day long. I didn't just have the exhaust installed and then immediately make a video talking about how good it was. I've had this on here probably 3 or 4 weeks now. I've driven well over 1,000 or so miles, and I just love the way it sounds. It's awesome. But for those of you that have neighbors, luckily my neighbors are great. I have so many of you say, don't your neighbors hate you? I bet the HOA's on you. No, nobody bothers me. The neighbors are great. I've met most of them. And everything's good, man. Nobody complains about my exhaust or the number of cars I have. So if you live in an area where your neighbors may not be happy about you starting your car in the morning and it making a lot of racket, this is not the exhaust for you. But for the rest of you, if you want a mild exhaust that sounds great when you hammer on it, but you can still hold a conversation in the car, this is absolutely the exhaust for you. I can't recommend this exhaust enough. And the price point was just insane at like $450 from a company called Phastek. I believe it was Phastek, something like that. I have links to all of this in the description below. And of course, Tim at A&A Muffler, if you see this video, man, thank you for a great install. I've been enjoying this exhaust. He's my go-to guy. So if you're in the local Oklahoma City area, you might want to stop by and check out Tim over at A&A Muffler for all your exhaust needs. This guy's a genius when it comes to exhaust work, and I've been using him for a long time. He's a great guy, great individual, not just great with exhaust work, but just a great guy altogether. And I certainly appreciate the fair prices and the great service I've always gotten from A&A Muffler. Now, I'm going to get off the highway, and we're going to turn this car around and head back to the house. All right, I changed my mind about heading back to the house. We're going to finish this conversation in the car because there's really not much more to the video other than a couple questions I've had on the Camaro. How do you like it? Are you enjoying it? Do you love it? Have you had any issues with it? Let me just jump into this real quick. I'll clarify all this and we'll get out of here. I do love the Camaro. I mean, I absolutely love this car more than my C6 LS3 Corvette by far. The car to me is so much more fun to drive and so much more of a daily driver than a C6. Now, you can daily a C6. I've been doing it for a couple years. Well, I should say my fiance has been doing it for a couple years. You can absolutely daily a C6. It's not that big of a problem at all, but it's real low to the ground. It bottoms out on everything all the freaking time. Parking blocks, parking curbs, forget about it. You got to learn to stay away from them. With the Camaro, you know, if you want to, you can put your kids in the back seat. It's higher off the ground, it's more comfortable on longer road trips, and the stability program is far superior to anything the C6 had. The power is outrageous. I mean, I'm telling you, if you put this and my C6 side by side, it'd be a close one. It'd be a close one. I'm pretty certain the Camaro would take the C6, but there is that chance that possibly, just possibly, the C6 could whoop the Camaro, only because the C6 is so much lighter. But this is such a more manageable car. It's so much more confidence inspiring to me than the Corvette is, and it's just more practical and easy to use than the C6. Now, have I had any problems with it? Yes. In fact, right after purchasing it, I had a pretty severe issue with the transmission. And after looking at the Carfax report, I saw that woohoo! I love cars. I just love cars. After seeing the Carfax, I saw several occasions where it had been in the dealership for transmission service, and it's had multiple transmission flushes, and I'm like, wow, someone took good care of the tranny. No. The C7 Corvette, along with a slew of other trucks and vehicles that utilize the same transmission that's in the C7 Corvette and the Camaro SS, which is the, I believe it's an 8-speed automatic. I mean, I know it's an automatic. I'm pretty sure it's an 8-speed auto. There's been issues with these transmissions from the very beginning. Lots of issues with what they call shudder. And shudder is where basically you're kind of You're not smashing on the gas or anything, but just cruising speeds. You feel a nasty vibration in the transmission. It feels like you're running over washboards on the side of the road or something, like those wake-up strips on the side of the highway. It's like not good. So we did have an issue with that, and I'm going to save that for another video because I'm going to make an entire video about the shutter issue. And it has been back to the dealer. They have performed the latest recall work on it, and I'm proud to say so far so good, but this is something that can come back easily after 3,000 or 4,000 miles. So before I say this is a done deal, you know, we're good to go, I really want to put the miles on this car, put some more months on this car, and we'll come back and do a separate video about the transmission shutter in these 8-speed automatic transmissions. Other than that, the car has been phenomenal. It is an absolute blast to drive. It's like driving a rocket ship down the road 24 hours a day. Now, I know for some of you, you're going to be laughing at me because you're like, it's just a Camaro, you know. There's Ferraris, there's McLarens, there's Lamborghinis. There are so many cars out there that are far superior, at least in performance and maybe build quality as well. I don't know. You know, I'm not going to get into the whole exotic cars break down all the time and you've got to be like rich to own one, because that's not entirely true. It's just been my experience in watching YouTube. Let's put it that. I shouldn't say my experience. It's been my experience through watching YouTube that these cars are a serious PITA, and they're very expensive. At least they can be. So for me, I still love my American muscle. It's raw, it's aggressive, it's mean, it's just downright dirty. It's man, it's like I'm gonna rip your effing face off, you know what I mean? I mean, you hit the gas on this car and it will tear you apart. Man, you put it in performance mode and you turn off the stability program, you better know how to drive the damn thing, because it is going to kill you. And that is what is so exciting. That is what gets my adrenaline pumping. It gets my heart pounding. I love American muscle, not just the Chevrolet. I love all American muscle. But now that I got that Porsche 911, sorry, I know, I'm starting to understand why those performance cars, those sports cars, are so sought after and why people love them so much as well. It's a completely different experience. We'll talk about that another time. So for right now, I am done. I'm going to go enjoy my Camaro SS. I'm going to have some more fun with it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. And if you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Don't forget to comment your thoughts below. Tell me what you think. And hey, if you enjoyed this content, seriously, the best thing you can do to help me is share this video on social media. Share it on your Facebook page. Share it with a couple friends of yours that might be interested in something like this. Sharing the video is really the best way to help support this channel. Honest to God, it's the best way to support any channel is to just share the video. Be surprised how far that will get me. Thanks, everybody. I appreciate you watching. Stay safe out there, folks. I will catch you all very soon in the next one.